In this video, we're going to discuss how to evaluate the derivative of a sine function. So the general format for evaluating a sine function, evaluating the derivative of a sine function is like this. The derivative of sine x is equal to cos x, which is a bit of an oversimplified way of stating it. Perhaps a more intuitive way of looking at it is the derivative of sine x is equal to cos x times the derivative of x, or the derivative of sine whatever, whatever is in this sine term, is equal to cos blank, whatever was in here, times the derivative of blank, which is whatever is in here. So we'll demonstrate that by doing an example here. So say you're given a function f at x is equal to sine 2x. What would be f prime at x? So f prime at x. Okay, how do we evaluate that? Well, we would just use this format here. So f prime of x for a sine function is going to be equal to cos blank. Okay, so cos whatever was in this term here. So in this case, it's 2x. Okay, so we write cos 2x times the derivative of whatever was in here. Okay, so times d blank, as I like to say. Okay, so times the derivative of 2x. As we learned in the previous video, using the power rule, the derivative of 2x is just 2. So we would write that. And if we wanted to clean it up a little bit, we can just write 2 cos 2x. And that would be our answer. So let's do another example here. Let's say you are given the following question. So g at x is equal to we'll say sine 2x cubed plus 5. So there's a little bit more to this one, but again, it's not tremendously difficult. It's just a matter of following the format here for evaluating a derivative of a sine function. So we would write g prime at x is equal to, okay, cos blank. Okay, so whatever was in this term here will go here. So in this case, blank is this term here. Okay, 2x cubed plus 5. So we'll write that in our cos term here. Cos 2x cubed plus 5 times the derivative of that term. Okay, so times the derivative of 2x cubed plus 5. And the derivative of 2x cubed plus 5 is, we'll do the power rule. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6x squared, and plus 0, so we'll just leave that like so. And there you have it. That is the derivative of this function here. Okay, so let's say that you were given a function and you're given this function. They said, okay, what I want you to do now is evaluate g prime, evaluate the derivative at 1. We would just sub 1 in and we would get our answer. So in this case it would be cos 2 times 1 cubed plus 5 times 6 times 1 squared. All right. And over here, we would get, okay, cos 7 times 6. And if we were to evaluate that, we would get a number around 4.523. And there you have it. So that is how you evaluate the derivative of a sine function. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to evaluate the derivative of a cosine function.